Well, here we are. Monday, December 11th, 2023. I'm Larissa. It's my video diary. So they were itching so bad. Can't wash your hair for a couple of weeks. It starts to itch. They're itching so bad. So I took them out. I took them out. Yeah. After I wash my hair, we'll see how thin my hair is because there were hairs that were breaking from being in the braids. And I'm going to go see. Here's some. Oh, can you see it? There's some hair. Some hair came out of my head. Came off of my head. I mean, like down around my scalp, I got short little hairs. So yeah, so I was gonna have her take them out, but they were itching so bad I couldn't take it. So I did it myself, and I'm still gonna go talk to her. Talk to her about, like what are other things we can do, right? And how can we minimize hair breakage? Yeah, yeah. It was fun. It was fun to have a sculpture on my head like that for a while. Yeah, that was. It's fun to have long hair for a little bit. I've never had long hair in my life. My hair takes so long to grow. Like, as long as my hair is now, it's taken me 5 years to grow it. And, um, yeah, I've just always had short hair. I didn't know what it was going to look like. Like, when I told Omar, I said, I don't know. When I take these out, I might be almost bald. I might have to cut my hairs down again and have short hair again. I don't know. But it's all greasy. I need to wash it. Totally greasy. So I'll take a shower and wash it. Yeah. Itchy, itchy. Itchy, itchy. So yesterday, I went grocery shopping. And I didn't want to go to the Whole Foods. Um, so I have a long history with Whole Foods. When we lived in Santa Rosa, I used to shop at Whole Foods. Then there were some things politically that Whole Foods CEO did that I didn't agree with. And there was some bullshit about, there was stuff over milk. And I was, it's funny. I look back at it and I'm like, I sent him a letter because I used to spend $250 every 2 weeks at Whole Foods. And I was like, that's a lot of money. Now, it's like nothing now. Grocery shopping every 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, it's like $400. Anyway, I sent him a letter. I said, I'm not shopping at your store anymore because of this bullshit. So I swore off. I boycotted Whole Foods for months, or years, not months, years. Then some stuff changed or whatever, but I mean, I should still boycott Whole Foods because it's of Bezos and what Bezos did. But the Whole Foods that's here in Santa Cruz, I don't like shopping there. And it has nothing to do with the company. I don't like shopping there because of the location and because there's a couple people that work there that are just there's one woman in particular who I avoid when I'm at the store. So, this is the grocery store that I was at last week or the week before. Yeah, when the woman was like running around the store screaming, the crazy woman, and they had to call the police, and everybody was shopping, was scared, was hiding in one aisle. Um, oh God, oh my God. Ugh. Anyway, so I don't like going there. There's always somebody out in the parking lot to accost you for, come to Jesus or sign this or give me money. And there's strange people in the neighborhood, and the big old drugstore that's next door is closing. And so there's just like weird vibe. It's a weird place. And I don't like going there. It's like even more Santa Cruz Whole Foods is like even more, I don't know. It's even more ghetto than the ghetto. It's just it's this weird place, and I don't like going there. But I needed to get some supplements, and if you need to get supplements, there's only a couple places that you can go, and Whole Foods is one of them, right? And because I don't like going to multiple grocery stores, so I had a big list. I didn't even end up getting everything on the list because there was weirdness in the store. Like there were so many people, it was hard to shop. So I was just like trying to get out of there. Well, there's this older woman named Jerry who works there. And she and I have had like 2, 3 times have already had this conversation where where she addresses me as my dear. I really, really, really dislike that. And if transgender people can make a legal fight over what people use as their pronouns when they're not even in the room with them, I certainly can tell this woman, do not call me my dear, right? It's condescending, it's infantilizing, and it's rude. I would never call her that, right? And the people that are there that I interact with regularly, I make it a point to remember their name, right? So I can address them by their name. Like the woman who is probably young woman, I don't know, she's probably in her 30s. Kristen, who bags and works in the front and gets carts and helps people out to their cars and things. I remember her name, right? There's another woman, a young woman, Olivia. You know, I make it a point to, they're wearing a name tag. Okay, I'm not wearing a name tag. You don't have to address me as anything. You can just say, hello, how are you today? Right? You don't have to give me any kind of qualifier or quantifier or label, right? But I've been shopping at this store for a number of years. And, when you're in customer service, she's, they've been dealing with me a long time. They know my name. They know my name, right? So if you're not going to call me by my name, you don't need to call me anything other than ma'am or hello, how are you, right? So we've had this conversation a couple times, and as a result, I avoid getting in her checkout line just so I don't have to interact with her, right? So yesterday, I don't get in her line. I get in the next line over. And there's other people in line, right? Like, there's other people. She doesn't need to come over. She sees me and she comes over. She turns around. There's other people waiting where she should have said, next in line here, please, right? And she says to me, she goes, oh, hello, dear. Do you want me to bag your groceries? And I looked at her, I said, I am not your dear. Well, the young woman who was working the register, her eyes got real big, and and she got like all huffy. I said, it is infantilizing and it is rude. She goes, oh, it is not. She goes, we can ask you to leave. I'm like, okay. I almost walked out with my $500 of groceries sitting there on, in the basket. No, she didn't say she could ask me to leave just yet. She said, oh, I'm not going to bag your groceries. I said, I don't want you to. I said, I'm quite fine bagging them for myself. And she said, I call everyone dear. I said, I don't care. So she turns around and starts waiting on the next person. And I start telling this young woman, I said, we are losing our rights as women all across this country because we allow ourselves to be treated as and behave as children. I said, when somebody calls who doesn't know you, calls you some sort of diminutive, we allow ourselves to have our rights taken. Well, that's when she turns around. She says, we can ask you to leave. And I was like, all right. She goes, just bag your groceries and leave. I'm like, okay. So this other woman comes over and starts bagging. She's like, do you want bags? I said, you don't have to bag. I said, I am quite fine bagging for myself. I said, you don't have to bag if you don't want to. Well, she bagged. And the young woman at the cash register, she goes, I don't mind when she calls me dear. She was probably like 18, 19, 20. She was young, college age, right? And I said to her, well, you should. I said, it is disrespectful. Because it is. I said to Omar last night, I said, these baby boomer women, these old hippies, they are not going to call me my dear. They're not my mama. They're not my grandmother. They're not my aunt. And, they got to go through the 60s and 70s, burn their bras and their women's lib. I'll be damned. if I'm going to let any of them call me my dear after they fucked up all of the taxes and everything around here and were greedy and all this shit's like, they're the reason why shit's so fucked up, right? Because of the boomer selfishness, the me generation, right? Yeah, yeah. So no, she doesn't need to call me anything, and certainly not my dear. I said, I don't like when a man does it. And I don't talk to young women younger than me like that either. Like I said, if I'm in a situation where somebody has a name tag on, I will address them by their name. That's why they have the name tag on, right? And if I don't know their name, I will, if I have to call them anything, it'll be ma'am or Ms. Or nothing at all, right? It's like this, oh, I'm going to call you my dear or sweetie. You are assuming an intimacy of relationship that you have not earned with me, that you do not have. And I don't care how old you are. It's not okay. It will always be rude. Yeah. She had snippy with me because I called her dear. Uh-huh. Yes. Snippy. Snippy because I said I am not your dear. No, bitch. No, bitch. So there's hair everywhere now. Oh, I wash it. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. It looks all crazy right now. I mean, super crazy. Ugh. Yeah, so that's how I feel about that. And it doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have. Like, there's not. I don't think it's cutesy. It doesn't make me feel like, oh, Grandma, you love me. No, my grandmas are dead. Both of them. And my Grandma Rose, when people talked to her like that, she had that stroke and couldn't speak anymore. And then, so many of the staff talked to her like that. I thought it was awful. Totally disrespectful because that woman was not, her mind wasn't gone. Her ability to communicate was gone. I get mad when people treat people who are differently abled, in wheelchairs or whatever, um, Down syndrome. Like, when people talk to them like babies or like animals, like dogs, the way you talk to your dog. Oh, it's so disrespectful. It is so disrespectful. Oh, I got a knot back here. Oh, God. That's awful. Oh, I have to work at it in the shower with some shampoo and conditioner. Although, really, my hair probably doesn't need conditioned. It just needs shampooed. It's pretty conditioned already. It's real greasy. Totally greasy. Oh, it's so greasy. Greasy, greasy. Greasy, greasy. Totally greasy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I made can of butter yesterday, and I put it in the freezer for when I'm ready to make the cookies. I don't want to make the cookies just yet. I'll probably make the cookies next weekend. Um, but I have the can of butter made, and I took 4 sticks of Irish butter, and I put it in a Corningware dish with, oh, I don't know, like, I don't know, is that an ounce? An ounce of cannabis, and then I covered it with foil, and I put it in the toaster oven at like just under 200 degrees, like 185 degrees for 2 hours. And so the butter melted and dissolved all of the trichomes off of the flour. And then I strained the liquid butter into a Tupperware container, right? And squeezed out the plant material, all the fat off of that, and then disposed of the plant material and put the butter in the freezer. Well, first I put it in the refrigerator to set up, and then I put it in the freezer. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 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 So I did that yesterday. I did some laundry. I scrubbed a toilet yesterday. Yeah. So this morning, after I shower and wash my greasy head, I'm going to make some bread dough. I got some other things to do around here. I have a couple appointments today. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll go into the gallery, do some work. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll just come home. I don't know. I'm still feeling nonplussed. Like I want to walk away from sports. I want to walk away from watching sports. All the garbage that's going on in the world. It is just overwhelming and it is too much. And I just want to focus on my work. It's like there's nothing I can do about any of the horrible things that are happening overseas. All I can do is what's in front of me and spending so much energy on things that aren't improving my life, right? Not adding value to my life and my existence. Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't care how good you look in those shorts. Oh my God, my hair's so weird. It feels so weird. It's like, ugh, so greasy. Greasy, greasy. It needs washed. Anyway, I'm surprised Brody's not in here sniffing the laundry. I'm surprised he's not in here sniffing the laundry. Looking at me like, oh, look at this laundry needs done. I got laundry down there right now. It needs to be folded. Yeah. It's never ending. The never ending laundry. This is the task that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Right? Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll give in and watch. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway.